Your heart stops. No warning, no countdown, just one beat. And then silence. Call it ground zero. What follows over the next minute is something researchers are only beginning to piece together, and it's far stranger than anyone expected. Because the moment your body begins shutting down might also be the moment your brain reaches its peak. Here's where it starts. The instant your heart stops, nothing happens. Nothing you'd notice anyway. Blood pressure collapses to zero. The 5 liters of blood your heart was moving a moment ago go completely still. No pump, no circulation, no delivery. But your brain hasn't gotten the memo yet. For the first 10 seconds, your neurons are still running on the oxygen already dissolved in your bloodstream. Whatever you were thinking about, you're still thinking it. You are still, in every meaningful way, yourself. That window doesn't last. Somewhere around the 10-second mark, your brain starts to notice something is wrong. It's the hungriest organ in your body. It burns through roughly a fifth of your total oxygen supply at any given moment. When the deliveries stop, the cerebral cortex is first to feel it. Conscious thought begins to flicker. Your eyes stop taking in the world. Your ears go quiet. From the outside, you look gone, but from the inside, something else may be happening entirely. In 2023, a neuroscientist named Jimo Borgigan at the University of Michigan did something that changed how scientists think about death. Her team tracked brain activity in 4 comatose patients the moment their life support was removed. Everyone assumed they'd see the brain gradually power down a clean, quiet fade. That's not what happened. In 2 of the 4 patients, the brain didn't fade. It exploded. Within seconds of oxygen loss, massive surges of gamma wave activity tore across the brain. These are the same brain waves associated with conscious awareness, with vivid dreaming, with retrieving memories. And the activity wasn't random. It was highly organized, concentrated in a region called the temporoparieto-occipital junction, an area already linked in prior research to out-of-body experiences. Borgigan herself described this surge as crazy high. Now stop here, because this is where neuroscience and something harder to categorize start to overlap. For years, people who've been pulled back from clinical death have described things that this kind of brain surge might actually explain. Brilliant light, the sensation of hovering above their own body, a peace that they say words can't really hold. And then there's the life review. Everyone's heard the phrase your life flashes before your eyes. Most people picture their wedding, their greatest wins, their defining moments. But people who've actually been through it say that's completely wrong. It's not the milestones, it's the throwaway moments. Riding a bike as a kid, sitting at your desk on a forgettable Wednesday afternoon. A white cat at the top of a staircase you don't recognize. That last one isn't made up. A man who survived clinical death described that exact image during his life review: a white cat, a specific staircase, an apartment he had no memory of. He drew the floor plan for his mother. She confirmed it immediately. That was the building they'd lived in before he turned 2. The cat belonged to a neighbor. This opens a question neuroscience genuinely cannot answer. Are all of your memories still there? Every single one, going back to before you could form conscious recollections? And when the dying brain fires off its final surge, does it somehow pull the entire archive? Nobody knows. But the wave data suggests something real is happening, not just a system powering off. Back to the body. Around 30 seconds in, your blood has stopped delivering oxygen anywhere. Trillions of cells are registering the change. They start switching from normal oxygen-based energy production to an emergency backup mode that doesn't require it. That backup creates lactic acid as a byproduct, and it starts accumulating fast. Your muscles have lost all direction. They go slack completely. If you were upright, you're not anymore. Your jaw, your eyelids, the tiny muscles that control your pupils, All of them release. Your eyes dilate and lock in place. The body isn't receiving signals anymore. But is anyone still behind those eyes? Dr. Sam Parnia, a resuscitation specialist at New York University, has spent more than 20 years trying to answer exactly that. His AWARE research program, the biggest effort of its kind, studied cardiac arrest patients across 25 hospitals. What he found is difficult to dismiss. In the second AWARE study, published in 2023, close to 40% of cardiac arrest survivors reported some form of conscious awareness while they were clinically dead. Around 20% described coherent, structured mental experiences, what Parnia's team now calls a recalled experience of death. And roughly 3% reported full sensory awareness. They could see, they could hear, while their hearts weren't beating and the people around them saw no signs of brain activity.